Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to feature this lovely Union Jack adorned amplifier. It's called the Vox SuperBeetle. Hi, how you guys doing? Now this is the Vox SuperBeetle. It is a 50 watts amp featuring a 10-inch Celestion speaker. Now the back of the panel is almost similar to the MV50, which I reviewed a couple of videos back, But it now has an additional line out for speakers, meaning you have a pair of speaker out, which means that you can actually run a additional cap with this head. It also has the same thing as the MV50, the EQ switch, dip switch, where you can actually set it to deep or flat, and then you have the impedance selector, and you also have the economy mode where you can have this unit shut off after a couple of minutes of inactivity. Now the standby switch has been moved to the front of the panel, to the top of the panel, so it's easily accessible. So I think that's a good thing. Apart from that, the line and phone switch remains the same. You can hook up your headphones to it, or you can hook up the line out to your audio interface, and then to your digital audio workstation if you choose to, giving you more options to record. Now I've mic'd this up with a SCT 800, and you can of course mic this out with a SM57 or a ribbon mic if you choose to. You can also record this with the option of the line and phone out, and you can actually record both if you choose to, giving you a kind of a stereo image if you want to, which I did not try in this video. Now, how does the amp sound? The new tube technology is pretty impressive, as I've experienced through the MV50. Now on this amp, because it's a 10-inch Celestion speaker, I find for myself it doesn't give me the oomph that I wanted. A 12-inch would do pretty well, but in this case I have to make do with what I have, and I think it sounded pretty decent, given the fact that I did not spend a whole lot of time trying out different miking positions. I think it sounded pretty decent. You can use this amp as a practice amp if you want to. For a gigging amp, I don't know whether the bass response is enough, but for a small gig, I think it should be okay. It should suffice. But given the fact that it's been adorned with the Union Jack flag, I find it more as a novelty piece than anything else. But again, you can still use this as a medium, for recording. How does it respond? it responds really well like a tube amp, you know, and even mimics the sag, you know, of a full-blown tube amp, you know, that little touch that you have when you're playing with a real amp. This does it really well. So this is where the top of the amp, the head. This is how it looked like, right? Then I still flip it over. Yeah, this is where the top panel is all about. You have the input, you have the gain, treble, bass, tremolo, reverb, and the master volume. Now essentially, if you're going to have like a real clean sound, you know, you will just boost this up and bring the gain down, and then EQ accordingly. Set your reverb to what you want to. Of course, here you have the standby and off switch, right? For a dirtier sound, what you do is you bring down the gain a little, the master volume a little bit, boost up the gain, you know, to what you want, to what you desire, how much gain you want, and then adjust accordingly to your master. So this works like a real amp, exactly like a real amp, right? Now for the back side, here we have a interesting, I wonder if you can see this. Yes, you can see this. So you have two outputs to a stereo setup if you want to, two amps, two cabinets, not stereo, two cabinets. And of course you have the alternator, and then you have the EQ, like, you know, how you, do you want it to be deeper or just a flat? I have it currently set in flat. Then you have the power plug, and this of course is the economy mode, where you can adjust to the unit shutting off after a couple of minutes. And of course this is the phone and line out. So this is how the front of the cabin looks like. It's got very nice quality grille, because you have the Union Jack. Yeah, you have these two bars. These two bars here, which acts as a carrying handle, and at the same time it acts as a slot for your amp head. So when you have your amp head slotted in, it holds the amp head securely. There we go. It's very secure right now. And this is how the back of the cabin looks like. It's an open back. You have the input. Alright. This is a Celestion G10R with a 50 watts power capacity with impedance of 8 ohms. Right. And then you have, of course, a nice little plaque here stating that this whole unit is being manufactured in Vietnam under the guidance of the R&D department of Vox. Of course, it has a built-in reverb control there. You know, there you can have reverb in it. You have an additional of a tremolo in it. You know, with two gain structures where you can actually have it overdriven. You know, it's enough, you know, for a home studio. No foot switch available, so you can't like turn off the tremolo remotely or turn off the reverb remotely. There's only one channel, so there's no channel switching whatsoever. Decent amp. I like playing on this, you know. So, tell me, what do you think? Do you think you want to have this amp in the studio, or, you know, in a gig? You know, or just for rehearsal, or just for practicing? I find for myself that I was using the Stratocaster, the Japanese Stratocaster with this, and it sounded pretty good, pretty impressive. So I hope you enjoyed this little peek into this amp and what it entails. And to the next video, I'll see you again. So, ladies and gentlemen, I shall bid you good night, farewell, ta-ta.